Hey, Jonesy kids. It's me, JonesyMom. It's almost bedtime. Let's read a story. Today we'll read I Don't Want to Be Big, written by Dave Petty, illustrated by Mike Balt.
You need to eat your dinner.
I don't want to.
You don't want to grow.
I don't want to be big.
Why not?
Well, first you're 1 inch, and then 2 inches, then three. When does it stop?
You can't stay small forever.
An ant stays small forever.
So now you want to be an ant.
Not really.
Don't you want to be tall?
I have you to be tall for me. You can just carry me around. That will work out great. Let's go over there. Now here, a little to the left. Perfect.
Don't you want to be able to jump high enough to meet the tree frogs?
I think I'm okay not meeting the tree frogs.
What if there's something you want to reach?
I'll have big friends.
What's so bad about being big anyway?
If I grow big, I'll miss the leg room or hit my head on things. And do elephants win at hide and seek? Nope. All I'll do is just sit around being big.
Are you sure you don't ever want to be big?
I'm so sure I don't want to be big that on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm here.
What's the trouble?
I don't want to be big.
Well, frog, things just have a way of growing. And there are good things about growing too.
You're closer to the sun?
Actually, that has its drawbacks.
You get to wear huge shoes?
I'm a pig. I don't wear shoes. The best part is, I get the biggest pool of mud and the biggest bucket of garbage.
Is there anything about being big that isn't about mud or garbage?
Not really, but growing bigger doesn't mean you have to grow up.
It doesn't?
Nope.
I've been thinking.
You have.
I think it will be okay to be big.
So you'll eat your dinner.
Sure. But I'm never taking a bath. Little Rabbit Waits for the Moon. Written by Beth Shohan. Illustrated by Stephanie Peel. Little Rabbit couldn't sleep. In the day, the sun was there, warm and bright. But when night comes, the sky hangs low, dark and empty. If I fall asleep now, there'll be no one watching over me, thought Little Rabbit. So I'll just have to wait for the moon. And so he did just that. The trouble with being so tired and sleepy was that he didn't know exactly when the moon would come. Little Rabbit waited and waited. More time passed and the moon still hadn't come. He thought he had better ask someone how much longer he might have to wait.
This is my first day ever, said a small flower in the fields. Maybe I will have grown into a tree by the time your moon comes.
That sounds like a very long time. Little Rabbit thought he had better ask someone else, just to be sure. Look deep into the water, shimmered a little lake nearby. Maybe your moon has fallen in and can't get out. That didn't sound like what he wanted to hear. Little Rabbit thought he had better ask someone else, just to be sure. Why don't you walk with me? Twisted a long winding path. We can find out where I'm leading, and maybe your moon is at the other end. That sounded like it might be a long way away. Little Rabbit thought he had better ask someone else, just to be sure. I've just blown into these parts, breezed the wind that had picked up. Who knows? I might be a big, fierce storm by the time your moon comes. That didn't sound like something he wanted to wait for. Little Rabbit thought he had better ask someone else, just to be sure. We can't see your moon yet, rumbled the great rolling hills. And we can see far into the distance from up here. That didn't sound very promising. Little Rabbit began to think that the moon might never come, and he was getting very, very tired. And then, from behind the hills, carried by the wind along the twist of the path, reflected in the lake, and shining on the petals of the small flower, the most perfect moon slid into the night sky. But Little Rabbit had fallen asleep, dreaming of the moon that would watch over him through the night.